Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. We are 3 days into FC26 and EA has already crashed the market, and people are not happy about it because it makes us feel like this whole slow power curve thing has made an exception for the store, and we never like losing coins on cards when it feels like we had a safe market. Guys, we're going to talk about that today because there were some absolutely insane price movements yesterday and some opportunities to make coins as well, which I do think will extend into today. Of course, yesterday was all about the icon packs. We'll talk about that, and we do have a little bit to look forward to today on Saturday for content because there's still some leaked SBCs out there apart from this Reece James that we got yesterday. And there's Evos that are being teased as well. Let's discuss it, guys. If you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up on it, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, yesterday was a Content Friday. I almost said Promo Friday. It wasn't really a promo, but we had content in more places than just one. Let's cover that here really quick to start things off. We have two new objective players to chase with some decent packs, and honestly, squad battle rewards is the best place to get these done. And remember, squad battle rewards are going to be given out tomorrow morning early on Sunday. This is the last full day to get some games in, so if you're going to get some games in, probably get some points and work towards rewards with doing these objective packs. Put in some German players, put in some Liga F players into your team so that you can get this hoggle done, not necessarily for the card, but for the extra packs. Guys, these packs right here sometimes give good stuff. I've always said this, objective packs seem to be just a little bit more juiced than other packs. I feel like I've had more solid pulls from these. I had actually Brian Mbumo from a objective pack from playing Rush yesterday just all of a sudden show up out of a 78 times 2. So make sure you work on that objective and chip away at it. Same thing here with the World Tour Jessica Nas under campaign objectives. This one's important because, again, we need a full English team for a tournament that's happening later on in this season. Make sure you keep that in mind as we think about gauntlets and these tournaments and stuff, that we're going to have more ways to play the game. Some of those are requiring different squads, and EA, of course, gives us a heads up on those in the live event section. I believe there is something there that talks about a one nation tournament with England. So this is a objective as well that you might want to get done in squad battles if you can kind of double up with that hoggle objective for the foundations. That would be very, very time effective there. Now, in the evolutions part of the game, we had an Evo yesterday. It was the Rising Guard evolution. Short time here, repeatable in 1 day. It is repeatable one time. This is the evolution that was, of course, shown on the pitch notes a couple of weeks back. It gives +1 defending up to 82, and I just put Savava into it because she is currently in my team. I'm really not trying to think too hard about evolutions right now because I have no idea what I'm trying to do with Evos, and Evos don't seem to be that insane at the moment. I felt myself earlier yesterday kind of missing kind of that fun, like, Ultimate Edition evolution that we had the last 2 years. Remember how people were evolving Darwin, Ferran Torres, Timo Werner, and Kolomwani? They got that Power Shot Plus evolution that gave a decent stat boost. Most of the Evos so far are very small incremental boost, which is what EA said they were going to be, in line with this slower power curve, but it still is like, I think we're all feeling like we want maybe just that first, like, decent evolution that feels like it gives a solid boost. There are a couple of leaks for that. We'll look at that later in the video. Now, the SBC that we had yesterday was the Reece James, and this is the second player SBC that we've had this year. It's 3 squads. It's an 83, 84, and an 85 rated squad for this Reece James card that does look solid. And he got 2 playstyles added from his base gold card. He got Quick Step and I believe Relentless. Quick Step and Bruiser, sorry, added from his base gold card, but 81 pace is the problem. Passing looks great, defending is solid, playstyles are okay, even has false back plus. That's probably where you need to play him if you're going to use him in game. But also right now, do I want to turn in 83s, 84s, and 85s for a card like this? Personally, no, but it's not a terrible item. And again, it is a English item as well that we may need later on. So I'm skipping this one for right now at the moment, and we're going to wait and see if we get any other better SBCs that may be worth our fodder soon. He is downvoted on Footbin. If you see here, 886 downvotes to 316 upvotes. People do believe that he is overpriced for the card that he is, even though it is a big-name Chelsea player that still some people are definitely going to be completing. Now, of course, the biggest part of yesterday's content was the icon picks. And I'm very happy getting a goalkeeper for the second year in a row. Last year from the hero pick, we got Tim Howard. This year we get Oliver Kahn. I'm set in net now for at least the next couple of months with this card, and when he gets upgraded to his champion version, all of the pre-order icons when they get updated, this is going to be a good card. He's already played 4 matches for me in the early access tournament yesterday. He did great. He saved a lot of shots, and he was pretty solid there. So I'm very happy with this card. It's going to be so nice to not have to worry about my goalkeeper for the next couple of months. That's fantastic. Now, a lot of these packs, as we were opening them yesterday on the share play and seeing people tweet me their polls, some of you guys sending in your positive and your negative polls, I didn't feel like I saw a lot of Jones. Honestly, the most popular cards and most common cards from that pack yesterday were Steven Gerrard, Seager, and Cruz. Like, it seems like they were the most popular, those midfielders, even more popular than Jones and maybe even Marcelo or Chabum Kun. I thought that he would be as an 85 rated super packable, and I didn't see too many people getting him or Marcelo, actually. Totti was kind of common. Chiellini we saw a few of, and Oliver Kahn was kind of common as well, but I saw very few, if any, Ronaldo's, Ibrahimovic's, and one Thierry Henry was packed yesterday on the stream. Alex Morgan, I don't even think I've seen one person get Alex Morgan. So if you got somebody good, let me know in the comments who you got, or even if you didn't get somebody good, let me know who you got. But I mean, for all of us right now, that card goes into our team, and it would have been really interesting to know, without what was going on in the store affecting the market so much, it would have been interesting to know how the market would have moved today just with those icons being released. But we'll never know, because EA decided to create some chaos, and they decided to really confuse some people yesterday by putting packs in the store. The first store packs of the year. Guys, we thought we may have been in the clear, because the way the power curve was looking, we didn't get any store packs over the release hours of the UK getting on the game, the US getting on the game. There was nothing. And then yesterday at Content, EA said, we want to make some money. And they dropped the 45Ks and the 25Ks. Those are the first two I saw when I went into the store yesterday. And with that, I'm kind of like, okay, those are packs that we have almost every year. I think the past 2 years, during the first couple of days on the game, we get these. Last year, they happened to drop during the overnight release, like midnight UK, when the Ultimate Edition opened up. That's when these were out. We were expecting those last night. Well, now here they are. This could have impacted the market a little bit, but it would not have dropped prices as much as this 100K pack did. Now, there's only 2 of them you can open, but a 100K pack with a guaranteed 84 plus overall player being tradable, and of course, being the exact amount of FC points that everybody who just got the Ultimate Edition of the game is getting in the last 24 hours. Like, EA know what they're doing here 100%, and it's just frustrating, because we were thinking that we were going to have a market that was going to be more stable, because honestly, guys, when market crashes happen, nobody is really loving them, because the players that you have in your team, they lose value. And it's not like, oh my goodness, my player went from 100K to 90K, right? It's like my player went from 85,000 coins to 60K. That's the type of market crash that we had yesterday, because of the panic and because of the supply. It was both of those things combined that created this absolute chaos yesterday. Just look at the market index on Futbin. This is an overview of how the market moved yesterday after the content drop. Even leading into the content drop, we were having a bit of a dip in the market. This was some selling happening after a bit of a morning rise, by the way. There was a bit of a drop off as people were just preparing for a Friday content, not sure what was going to come out, maybe expecting store packs. We saw a few dips, right? And then the surprise of the store packs happened, and everything fell off a freaking cliff. Look at this graph. But then look what happened 30 minutes afterwards. In this time period, the first 20 to 30 minutes after these store packs were dropped, people that were seeing these were panic selling cards, thinking, oh my goodness, these cards are going to drop because they're going to get opened and they're going to get supplied in these 100K packs, which is very true. They did. There is a lot more supply on the market, which is naturally going to drag prices down. But also in that first 30 minutes, there was a lot of panic selling. People were just dumping cards from their teams because they knew this was going to drop the market. And you had some crazy trading windows because of this yesterday. So it is a negative situation. But if you were in the stream yesterday, we were able to turn it into something positive with a great opportunity to make some coins and also today, even still on Saturday, we're feeling the reciprocal effects of this, the ability to make coins right now. We're going to talk about that in a second. But first thing that we saw in that first 30 minutes, and this is important to discuss because we can learn from these sort of trading situations during these times now, and we can take advantage of a similar situation happening later on in the year. During that first 30 minutes of prices tanking, Cole Palmer went from 70K down to 47,000 coins. I picked up 2 at 47K because I knew he links to Reece James. He's dropping a ton, and we saw the market start to pick back up a little bit as people were like, man, these prices look too cheap. They've fallen too fast, too much, and they need to go back up, right? So Palmer went from 47 up to 59,000 coins, and then now he's back down. But, there was that kind of bounce back right away. The Footbin graphs don't even show it because it happened so fast. Marmouche went from 83K down to 60,000 coins in 30 minutes, and then he went back up to 75,000 coins within the next hour. It doesn't even show it on the Footbin graph because, yes, it was a drop overall in price, but he went like down and then back up for a little bit. There was a ton of people profiting off of him. There was a ton of other cards. We were shouting them out in the stream. Buy this in the dip, buy this in the dip. We sold them 30 minutes to an hour later, and then they have come back down, right? Marmouche from 80 to 60, back up to 75, and now he's back down at 60,000 coins flat. Cole Palmer, kind of the same thing. I think he's back down in like the low 50s as well. But like the market overall, guys, because of this, has really, really dropped. I'm looking at some of these prices right now, and what I'm seeing is a market that feels a lot less stable. And prices, 125 for Reinders? What? He was like 170K yesterday before the packs, and I never saw him below 140 afterwards. Hold on. He went from 140 in the morning. Yeah, we had a nice, decent rise on some of these cards into the content drop yesterday. He went to 180. He was 170 when the packs dropped, right? He went down to 140, and now he's, wow. Guys, this market is like just kind of cooked at the moment, it seems, with this pack supply that has come in. Sure, whenever we had our first promo packs, we were going to have a bit of a drop on the market because think about it. There hasn't been that much supply for a lot of these gold cards, and we were going to get store packs at some point, but with them being 100K packs yesterday and having so much all at once and the shock of that, it is wild to see this market kind of reacting right now. So, right now, where's the market going to go is kind of the next question. I'm a little hesitant. I've made a couple of investments because there are more coins on the market. That's a thing that happens when a bunch of store packs get open, right? People are quick selling cards. People are actually gaining coins. The market is a lot richer now, and that could mean that some of your cards are going to increase in value. I think today on Saturday, there is a chance that some cards could go up. I've actually picked up some lower budget cards here because this was a part of the market that I've noticed has started to pick back up the fastest from the big drop yesterday. Cards like this Pedro Neto, right? Very popular right now. Chelsea links, Portuguese links for those objectives for the Eusebio silver card. He went from 9K all the way down to 4,700. He's back up to 6K. So I picked up some Neres and some Pickford because I'm not looking for them to rise up a ton of coins today in terms of their actual price. But if Pickford goes from 5,000 coins to 6,000 coins, I think I can lazy sell this card for about 7,000 coins or maybe 6.5, and that's making me over 1,000 coins profit per card. If I trade with like 10 to 15 to 20 of these, that's an easy 20K that I should be able to sell to lazy sellers, and I should be good to go, right? Again, lazy selling is you're selling the card for more than the cheapest price on the market because people will just randomly search for Pickford and they'll see, okay, boom, 6.4 is the cheapest one that I see here, when actually his price right now is 5K. That's what lazy listing is and lazy selling. But I'm going with these cheaper cards because there's still a lot of people that are logging on today for their first or second time with low budgets trying to fill out their teams. And I think these cards are going to sell pretty well. But also I'm interested in some of your more meta players, popular players. Omar Marmouche has been the top player on Footbin literally all for the last 2 days, and his price has dropped off so much. He's an 84 rated, so he's going to get packed a bit more than somebody who is an 87 like a Cole Palmer, or even some of those 88s and 89s that are a bit more expensive. But I do think that some of these cards have a chance to rise today. I'm still a little bit skeptical though, because at this time the market just seems to be like it hasn't risen since those packs were dropped yesterday. at the content time. So I have picked up a couple of Marmouche right around 60K. I bought maybe a smidgen early, but as you can see here, there's so many first owner Marmouches that have been packed. There's so much supply for cards like this. The safest place to me on the market right now is the low budget, because there's going to be a lot of people freely spending their coins on cards like the Pedro Neto, on cards like the left wing David Neres that I was showing there. So if you want to trade again today, focus on these cards. But the way you can trade actively on literally anything right now, and I'll show you my transfer list to prove this, with those packs being in the store, it's so much supply coming to the market, right? I traded with a huge number of different cards yesterday. Take a look at this Lautaro Martinez. I was winning this card on bid for 22K, selling for 26. I bought this Isak on bid for 249 or 250,000 coins, sold for 280. I bought this Raya for 32, sold for 36. Conte for 26, I think, sold for 29. Rodman's, I bought a bunch of her card. You can see here I got a sales at 33K. I was winning these for like 27,000 coins on bid. Davies, I was winning these for like 25 to 26,000 on bid as well. Araujo, won those for like 18 and 19, sold for 23. Like, I was bidding on so many different cards yesterday's, guys, and just flipping them quickly because there was so much supply on the market. That is the number one best way to trade right now, because bids, just like with all this supply, people are not getting the cards on bid for what they actually sell for on the market. Even for a card like Omar Marmouche, you might be able to go to his card right now knowing that he sells at 60K. Actually, not at this very moment. Yeah, right there, 45,000 coins. You can see, well, this one, I'm going to bid on it, right? If I can win this for 53,000 coins or 54K, that's an insta flip at 60,000 coins, and I'm going to make profit. Grinding the bids literally made me 120K yesterday, guys. I did make my first icon flip yesterday and a very good hero flip as well on Francescoli, but I made probably 50 of those 120,000 coins just from bidding on players, not spending a lot of time, but just bidding on different players, catching them below where they actually sell on the market, and then selling them for what their list price is on the market. This Marmouche, right? 56,000 coins. You just got to factor in the tax. If this card's going to sell right now at 60K, I don't want to buy it for 56K because I've got 3,000 coins of tax. I'm only making 1,000 coin on that flip. If I'm selling a card who has a tax of 3,000 coins, I want to make at least 3,000 coins on that trade as well. That's always my goal with the lower to middle tier budget, is to make 5% back on that purchase. So get on the market today on Saturday as well. Get on the bids. Those store packs, the circulation of the supply of those is still impacting the market, and you can make easy coins on any budget. Guys, if you have 2,000 coins, you can go bid on players that sell for 3K, try to win them on bid for 2,000 coins, or maybe like right here, Claudia Pina, 4,000. Actually, that's not a good example because she's probably got a minimum price because she's of an 86 rated card variety there. Try to find somebody who's low rated that is going to sell for like 3,000 to 4,000 coins. Kudus, perfect example of a card. Bid on him for 1K, sell him for 2. Javi Simons, bid on him for 5, sell him for 6. Stuff like that, because those cards have lower minimum prices so that you can actually bid kind of low on them. That's all you got to do right now in this market. It is easy coins everywhere. It was crazy yesterday, the number of bids that you could do. My game is frozen right now, so I'm resetting it, by the way, over here on the app. But it was crazy the amount of coins you could make yesterday from just bidding on cards. Since there was so much supply, the bidders couldn't keep up with the supply of those cards. But once again, I'm trying to be a little careful with this market. I'm focusing on the cheaper tier, and I'm not trying to trade too much with the guys like Omar Marmouche, but I just feel like he has enough hype that I think he could go back up a little bit today. We'll just have to see how this market reacts. I will sell everything before the content drop today on Saturday, just because the market seems fragile. Maybe that's the word. Unsure at the moment now after those store packs have rattled things yesterday. But once again, like, it's just kind of frustrating to hear about slower power curve, and then actually feel like it's maybe going to happen based on the content that we got, and then seeing no store packs for the first couple days. And then yesterday having that was just like, Man, it really was a kick in where it hurts, I guess, if you will, for those of us that were even keeping and holding on to cards that you thought were going to continue to rise in price and then didn't. Again, nobody likes a market crash except for some of the traders like us that try to make some coins off of it, but the overall consensus on a market crash is never good, right? These packs could refresh today. Note the expiration time, 11 hours, 23 minutes. That's going to refresh at content. So there could be more of those 45 and 25K packs available today at content, which could bring a little bit of supply in. And that could actually make bidding very profitable once again. So we're going to watch the market very closely today to see what happens. But today on Saturday as well, we got to discuss content that is in the works. Of course, we still have our flashback SBC for Edin Dzeko that is leaked. I mean, that card looks usable for fun. It's got to be super cheap, though. Everything right now in this early stage of the game in terms of an SBC needs to be cheap. If this card was 20K, like that, what would that be? An 83 squad and an 84 squad? Maybe that's it, or maybe just one 84 squad, something like that. That would be a card that you would maybe just complete for fun with your first little bit of fodder that you'd acquired and just try him out as a super sub like that, I guess. For Edin Dzeko, 86 shooting is not terrible. Maybe he has a playstyle plus in his card that would make him a bit more usable, or a unique set of regular playstyles. We'll have to see. Watch out for that SBC. There still is the leak as well for Chukwuemeka, and there's the Showdown. The Showdown SBC should not be out very soon because that game is not until next Saturday, so I wouldn't expect that for at least a couple more days. I would have to imagine it is Dzeko today. Chukwuemeka would be my second guess. That card looks usable too. Again, needs to be cheaper. And as an 82 rated, maybe he could fit an Evo that we have. There's a couple out right now that fit 82 rated. So he might actually fit that one. So watch out for either of those two SBCs today. And the last thing is, Foot Police has been teasing that he's got leaks about evolutions. He said over the next 10 days, once again, this is a tweet from a few days ago, there are some evolutions that give plus 10 or more to 3 stats. So we'll see if that's the sort of evolution content that we get today. I think that's something to mention because it's very possible that we could get that. I haven't even started the training camp evolutions. Maybe I'm a little behind on those for the first goalkeeper Evo and for the center back, or not a center back one, the game changer playstyle one. However, we have the team of the week embellishment and the rare gold embellishment that are out right now. I mean, I'm good. I don't even have any team of the weeks at the moment. Rare gold, I guess I could put that on one of my strikers just for fun. Rarity minimum 75, sure. But for Evos that actually upgrade stats, maybe we will get one today that finally feels like it gives a pretty sizable stat boost. And depending on the stat boost that it gives, watch out for maybe more leak tweets from him. But like if we're getting plus 10 in some stat categories, you guys know that the first time this dude Pogba fits an evolution, I mean, imagine if he gets plus 10 pace up to like 75. That would be insane. Like that's what you need for this Pogba, is a bit of a pace boost, maybe a boost to, the defending and the physical as well. But the minute that happens, there's so much hype for this card. He's going to be moving up in value. And once we do have one good actual upgrading evolution, you're going to have some people that will start investing in Evo cards for the future as well. But right now, that doesn't really seem like it's going to be a thing that you would be worth doing with the current state of Evos. Last thing I want to mention really quick is EA is like the feedback stuff is kind of going not overboard, but like it's a lot. With what they tweeted out yesterday, there was even pop-up messages that I just saw in game talking about how our feedback has already proposed a premium pass situation, like people that were not seeing the premium pass unlocked, which I think is a lot of people, and then something in career mode. Like there was something when I just logged in to record this video with you guys, like a pop-up message that said, hey, we're recording this, and the Trello board link that they had there on those tweets was like a live look into how they're upgrading and updating the situation. So it is W communication for sure, but it's also kind of like, whoa, like a surprising in a way. Like they're showing us like everything kind of behind the scenes, and when they're quickly making changes to something like that. Can we not have the menus lag all the time? I thought that was gonna have to restart the game again. I didn't have to, luckily, but yeah, that was something that was interesting there. So watch out for a lot of EA FC direct communication tweets, I guess. And if there are things that are like you're finding that are problems with the game, like I'm gonna go into this portal right now and definitely talk about the R2 glitch, because the R2 glitch right now is a issue. Where do I do my feedback? Welcome to FC feedback. Share your feedback. Yeah, I would like to share my feedback in the portal because the L2, the L2 or the R2, sorry, the R2, like this friends list thing is in the way all the time, and it is so annoying. And now it doesn't even pop up. It's glitched. There's something wrong with it for sure. But if you're finding things like that or bigger things that are wrong in the game, make sure you go to the portal, because it makes this game a better place for all of us when we talk about those issues to them and tell them about them instead of just like complaining about them. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, I want to know what you're thinking of this market crash. What do you think of the market right now? How are you feeling about things? Did you lose coins yesterday? Did you make coins? How did it shake down? We're going to make some more coins today. Good luck if you're playing squad battles or if you're playing the tournament, or if you're just grinding rivals and getting your rank up. Have a great Saturday, guys, and I will see you in a video tomorrow on the channel and a stream as well tomorrow. Have a great time and enjoy the football today. Spurs playing. I will be there. I will catch you guys in the video. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great Saturday. Peace out.